Hey everyone! Welcome to Pep Smashers. It's here, the Season 2 premiere of Loki. From time slipping to pruning and a post-credit scene, yes you read that right, the premiere of Loki Season 2 is packed with Loki awesomeness. Let's get into Loki Season 2 Episode 1 Ouroboros with these Easter eggs and breakdown. Spoilers ahead if you haven't watched Loki Season 2 Episode 1. The episode opens as Kang the Conqueror's statue overlooks the TVA as Loki runs away from Mobius. Mobius doesn't remember who Loki is, so Loki leaps onto a mail truck with the numbers 435, scaring the driver. It crashes into Kang's statue and into the area where Casey is working. Loki is glitching, taking him out of the present each time he disappears. B-15 wants to tell the TVA employees the truth. Hunter X5 teases Mobius about the jet skis. On the screen, the timeline is going insane. Loki goes to the war room looking for Mobius, but he's not in their timeline, he is in one where Kang is the ruler. Inside he finds an empty room with several images of various Kang variants, including Victor Timely. Victor was the variant shown in the post-credit scene of Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. X5 says the new Judges Council, General Dox and Judge Gamble want to speak with Mobius. Judge Gamble is based on the Marvel comic character Professor Justin Alphonse Gamble, who was an employee of the Time Variance Authority who left the TVA in an attempt to stop the incinerators that were running wild. In the present, a recording of Loki telling the TVA that everything they knew was a lie is heard as Mobius and B5 walk into the war room. The images on the wall are not of Kang but of the original timekeepers created by He Who Remains. Loki presses play on an old recording. He Who Remains' voice is heard. He is speaking to Ravonna Renslayer and thanking her for being on his team, fighting a war. Gamble declares the TVA will stop pruning timelines. Loki glitches in. He prunes the wall and reveals the Kang the Conqueror, Victor Timely statues. Dox orders X5 to find Sylvie. Mobius didn't believe Loki could be in a different time in the TVA, because time doesn't exist down there. Except it does. Loki glitches, so Mobius takes him to see Ouroboros. In Norse mythology, Ouroboros is also known as the serpent Jormungandr, who happens to be a child of Loki. OB calls Loki's glitching time slipping. To begin to fix that, someone in the timeline Loki wants to be in would need a temporal aura extractor. Then Mobius would have to go to the temporal loom and use the extractor to pull Loki out of the time stream. The temporal loom is where raw time is refined into the timeline. It is overloading with all the new branches. A meltdown is happening. Loki time slips to the future and runs to find a time stick. In the present, Mobius heads out to set up the extractor. OB closes the blast doors. A telephone rings. Sylvie is trying to pry the doors open. Someone prunes Loki. Mobius almost doesn't make it back, but Loki appears and tells him they need to find Sylvie. Dox and her hunters leave. B-15 doesn't think this is about Sylvie. In the post-credit scene, Sylvie shows up in Broxton, Oklahoma, in 1982. She walks into a McDonald's. After looking around a bit, she heads to a local building, which turns out to be a McDonald's. Sylvie then starts longingly looking at families and friends eating in the restaurant. So, we now know where Sylvie is, and based off the show's trailer, she'll soon be busy working at the restaurant. Now we just need to know how Loki might find her. Share your thoughts on this episode and my breakdown. For more videos, like, share and subscribe.